Hello and welcome to JTS Hot Off the Press, where we discuss everything from the Oscars to sports and life in general.
All right, episode 2. Oh yeah.
Excited.
I'm in all things Boston sports and movies in general. We'll be talking about the Oscars, and we'll be starting up. And free agency signings in football, NFL.
I'm Pete. I am a teacher and organizer. Yeah, I don't really know. That's my title is I don't know. Kenny?
My name is Kenny and I'm a Pittsburgh fan and I love all things Pittsburgh. Born and raised here in Colorado, but don't like any Colorado teams.
And I'm Arlo. I will mostly be talking about movies on here and music because I love media. Sports isn't really quite my thing, but teaches their own, so yeah.
Arlo, kick us off with the Oscars.
Okay. So I didn't actually watch the Oscars. I did a project during, but let's see. Oppenheimer won. I actually have not seen it yet. I want to see it. There's so many that I haven't seen.
Who saw Oppenheimer?
Who saw it?
It's a really touch and go film. I know Aiden saw it, but my opinion on the movie is it's actually a very decent and very interesting movie that has to deal with a lot of real world stuff, but other than that, it was actually a really good movie.
My opinion on Oppenheimer is it's a very great movie about the first atomic bomb being made. And Christopher Nolan does great directing with that film. And it was really tragic at the end.
Yeah,
It's tragic ending.
Tragic ending.
it was sad. It
Yeah.
was.
I really liked the acting in it. I thought everyone was amazing. I saw that Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr. also got some awards. It kind of swept the Oscars from the looks of it.
Yeah.
I think it was 8. I can't remember, but
7.
by the looks of it, I think we counted. It was like 7.
It
or
got
8.
7.
7. Okay.
7
yeah,
awards.
Crazy. That being said, what else did we like?
I liked the Barbie movie. I was actually pleasantly surprised
Barbie was pretty good.
by Ryan Gosling. The way I originally was very skeptical about the Barbie movie, but
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I can't blame you for being skeptical of that movie. I thought it was going to be...
Mhm.
Up and down type thing.
I started watching it, but I didn't have a chance to finish it. I just started it last night actually, but of what I saw so far, it was okay. It was good.
I thought everyone in it was super funny. The story was good.
And they had some good musical numbers,
Yeah.
especially from Ryan Gosling later in the film.
Yeah, it
That was just
did good.
that was a good song.
Did good.
All right.
This we can talk about Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah. Go
I
for
mean,
it.
I don't know who else saw that, but I saw it. It was really good. Even though there was a lot of scenes where there was just conversations and like a lot took place in a court. But it's like it captured my attention. Like it wasn't just a long, boring court scene. Kind of like there's some interesting points. It is really interesting in my opinion.
So it took something that might not have been that exciting, and it made it exciting.
yeah, exciting, even though a lot of it was conversation and figuring things out, so, yeah.
I would say the same thing about Oppenheimer. Like, I don't think I would have read that book, but that movie, like, they made it a very compelling story.
Yeah.
And they did a really nice job. It was long, but it was a lot shorter than reading a really long book. So I thought it was great.
I agree. There's some movies that are very long.
Yeah.
I won't say what, but Lord of the Rings
Yeah, okay.
editions are all 3 movies are 12 hours.
Yeah, they're long.
So they
good.
keep your attention. So, but some long movies just don't. They just fall off a cliff.
All right, let's talk about snubs. What was the biggest snub?
In my opinion, I feel like I'm surprised Saltburn wasn't even in the nominations. I didn't see it anywhere in the nominations, but I feel like it should have won Best Cinematography. It's really well done. And I also like how, and I'm not gonna give anything away that happens in the scene obviously, but there's a scene where just things get really dramatic and rough, and the way that they did the cinematography, it's like the curtain is closed and the entire room looks red, and it's interesting, and it goes along with the fact that someone's pouring like wine into a cup, but then it's interesting the way they did it, and with all the color in that scene, it was cool to see. So
Yeah, I have to check that one out.
I thought the biggest snub at the Oscars was Margot Robbie as Barbie. I think she did an amazing job as Barbie. And Ryan Gosling. But they still picked a good actor to win.
Yeah.
I just thought Margot Robbie was robbed.
Yeah.
That's thievery in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I thought Mark Ruffalo was really good in Poor Things. I think Emma Stone deserved it, so she didn't get snubbed. Margot Robbie was great though as Barbie, so I don't know. That's a toss-up. It's one of those where you almost wish there was 2 winners on that one.
not a snub, but I was just remembering looking at the list. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Devine Joy Randolph, but I don't know who was all seen the holdovers, but I don't know. She did a really good job in her role. It's like there are some really emotional scenes, and she just
You could say the same for the supporting actor, RDJ.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. did
I think
really well.
there should have been 2 for supporting. Ryan Gosling was a great supporting character.
Yeah.
He did a great job with Ken.
Barbie. Yeah. Like I didn't finish that, but what I saw, I do feel like that would make sense. That. Yeah.
And no, not the Ken from Toy Story.
Yeah, growing up, my mom has always been kind of out of commission for around 1 week every month. No, she doesn't technically get sick that often. There's a reason I say technically. She has a condition called multiple sclerosis, or MS, and she needs a monthly IV infusion medicine, a medicine called Tysabri. And to understand why the treatment affects her so much, first I need to explain what the condition is. MS is a neurological condition causing symptoms such as mild as cold sensitivity and lack of coordination to things like limb weakness and hearing loss. This is caused by the immune system getting confused and attacking healthy cells, specifically the protective lining of the nerves in the brain, resulting in disruption of proper communication between the brain and the rest of the body. And so, so how do you prevent the immune system from eating away at this healthy tissue? You actually have to temporarily stop the cells in your immune system from entering your brain, which also makes you more susceptible to viral illness for a week, hence why the treatment makes my mom feel so gross, and it's also a harsh drug. But the medication has been working really well for her, actually. So, like, a lot of people with MS are much more disabled by the condition, but she rarely ever needs like a cane or a wheelchair. So, but yeah.
No?
When did your mom get diagnosed?
I think she said it was about like. I think she said 17. Yeah, about 17 years old is when she got diagnosed. So.
Gotcha. I mean, that's a really young age to have
Yeah.
that happen.
Yeah, because like MS usually happens and is diagnosed much older. That's what's strange. She got it young. So.
Have you seen any decline, or have you seen any improvement?
I haven't seen a decline with most of her symptoms. I really ever noticed her symptoms because the medication is working so well. I mean, I guess when I was extremely little, it was a lot worse, and I just didn't remember that I was so little. But it's getting better. But the thing that's getting worse is the restless leg syndrome, because that can, even though it's not MS directly, it's like a comorbidity of it. And so she, every single night pretty much now, she has to like take a really, really hot bath with Epsom salts. And so I wake up to hear the bathtub running, and that's why. But
Yeah.
I've noticed it's been happening a lot more lately, so. But the rest of the symptoms have been getting less.
This is a tough one. I had a friend in high school, his mom, in like the span of a couple of years, she looked very different. Like she'd aged a lot from
Yeah.
that. So, and her
Yeah.
mobility was changing and everything. It was pretty wild to see
Just how
the
fast it can
weakness.
really affect you. Yeah.
The weakness of the limbs was the one thing I noticed with her.
Yeah.
Like simple tasks she couldn't really complete
Yeah.
anymore because of it.
Yeah.
So. It's good that your mom's not at that level, and
Yeah.
they found something that's working.
Really
for her.
great.
Epilepsy wasn't fun as a kid, preteen or adult. Even with the VNS implanted in my chest, it was worse as a kid because I had to have people do basic stuff for me. And seizures were random, so that meant concussions or seizures, which sometimes caused really special types in 5th or 6th grade. All you frozen friends out there, I froze up like Anna did towards the end. So, for all you Frozen fans, yeah, not fun.
What happened when you froze up? You just couldn't move.
My limbs could not move. I just stuck it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How long did that last?
Yeah. Maybe an hour. I had to be dragged to the office. The teacher had
Just locked.
like they just
Wow.
stopped moving. In 8th grade, after that, it was still a big problem. After I graduated, I had to get a VNS. Before I got my VNS, I sometimes had seizures in public places. I do know that there are worse cases of epilepsy out there. This is just my experience with epilepsy and autism.
So, can you explain what a VNS is?
If I'm going to have a seizure, it will stop it or slow it down.
Where is it? So they implant it in your chest,
Right here.
and then it can send signals through a nerve to
Yeah.
keep you from having seizures?
Yeah, that's why my voice gets so low.
Did you guys know that? Yeah. So it's sending a signal to keep him from having a seizure.
But it does have a battery life, so once it runs out, I have to get a new one. I'm on Mark II.
Mark II.
My mom made that joke.
Alright, so you feel like life has improved with the VNS?
Yes.
Seizures are under a lot more control?
Yeah. I'll still have them. They're just not as bad as they once were.
That's
They
good.
were bad.
Yeah, that's scary. I'm glad that it's changed for the better. It's past you now? It's in
Yeah.
the past now?
I also had seizures in the bathroom. I broke a wall open. For all you Lord of the Rings fans out there, it looked like Ron just smashed through the wall.
Okay, I don't know that reference.
It was like, it was
I like the
massive.
reference.
Really?
The hole was huge. It was huge.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah.
laughing, but I am concerned because that must have hurt. Were you
Yeah.
sore after that?
I've hit so many concrete and so much concrete and so much walls, and oddly enough, faucets that start the shower, it broke. My head hit it.
Oof. Do you have a lot of scars?
No,
That's good. You healed up from them?
I had one down here. When I was younger, I tripped and fell and broke my chin open. My grandma was a nurse. She stitched that up. Then, in 3rd grade, I hit another wall and my head started gushing blood. So, my grandma had to stitch that up.
Good thing your grandma's good with stitches.
She used to be a nurse.
So, mine, and for people that don't know what CP is a muscular dystrophy. It tightens and severely stiffens the muscles in the day-to-day life. And CP, or cerebral palsy for the long term, can be measured into 3 separate categories, from mild, moderate to severe. Mine is kind of that moderate, kind of mild to moderate, because my muscles do tighten with my CP, and it affects the muscles and the nerves and how the muscles work. But it also can be caused, CP can be caused from premature birth, either bleeding during birth or giving birth prematurely, which can cause a mild case of brain lesions, either on the back or the front of the brain, which goes into, on top of that, the lesions can cause a much more severe case of nonverbal talking, or a much more severe case of CP. So there's a lot that goes into it. A lot of CP is congenital CP, which is mainly about 90% of CP is congenital CP, which tightens up the muscle functions, which doesn't allow the body to move very much. And it can cause severe pain with stiffness, tightness, and hard to move. But that's really all I have for CP in my case.
When were you diagnosed with CP?
I was about 2 or 3 days old when they diagnosed me with CP, because from a very young age, because I was telling Mr. Pete, my mom gave birth prematurely, and they did say that I wouldn't be able to walk and talk and do all certain things that I'm doing now because of the brain lesions and how severe it was. But lo and behold, I managed to push through, and I've been very lucky, so that has to do a lot with it too.
So quick diagnosis, very early on.
Yeah.
How do you feel growing up with CP has been?
it's definitely it's definitely a roller coaster. I'll definitely tell you that, because there's certain things that I was able to do with the walking back in elementary school, but with all the surgeries that I've had have caused of CP, all the back surgeries, the knee surgeries, and it's just a roller coaster. So I try to take it day by day.
That's good. It's a
That's-
very healthy thing to do.
At least try to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. So my left hand, due to the CP and the bodily functions and how my muscles work, it affects my left hand. I don't know if you can see, but this hand turns over a lot easier. This hand, due to the CP, just kind of has a mind of its own. What I like to say to kind of get a chuckle out of people is my left hand is constantly cheating at life and getting away with it, where my right hand's doing all the work, and lefty just kind of sits there and goes, I don't know what I'm doing. But it affects the left hand a lot more than the right hand.
I just like how you call it lefty.
Yeah, lefty.
Come on, lefty.
Yeah.
Work with me. That's fun.
For the number one, for number one, with me being a Steelers fan, is we get Russell Wilson nearly half of the price of the Denver Broncos. Not only that, but we get Justin Fields also as a backup QB. We also got a few other good players. I'm really excited about the Justin Fields and Russell Wilson's move, but I know Aiden over here with his New England Patriots.
I would be wary of Russell Wilson for the upcoming season.
I could see that.
I'm just not gonna hold my breath. I just don't think he's got it anymore.
How do you think Jacoby Brissett will do as a New England Patriots starter?
Mediocre.
Good.
As
Mediocre.
per usual, they've got no talent there, and they don't spend money on good players. But other signings around the league.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is going to Minnesota. Josh Jacobs is going to Green Bay.
Yep.
Mr. Pete will love that.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins to Atlanta on a massive 4-year, $180 million contract and $80 million guaranteed, which is a lot of money.
I think Keenan Allen went to the Falcons as well.
I thought he went to the Bears. I might be wrong.
He went to the Bears.
But I like the move.
Tyron Smith going to the Jets.
That was
Sorry, Dallas Cowboys fans, it's not your year.
no. It's not their year every year.
They lost their center, Tyler.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his last name. So the Cowboys lost a lot of O-line.
Yeah.
So sad to say. And they lost Tony Pollard.
Yeah, which that's
I forget where he went.
upsetting.
I forget where he went to.
I can't think. Is there any franchise tags that we needed to talk about? I
No.
can't think of.
The Chiefs
Offhand.
re-signed Chris Jones. The Jarius Sneed went to Tennessee.
Yeah, which that was a massive contract for Aaron Jones. I think he got like 6 years or 7 years.
Aaron Jones?
Yeah.
It was just 1 year. Got like $7 million.
Yeah, it wasn't it was not a cheap deal. I mean it was, but not really.
I was really hoping the Patriots would do something
Besides
just pick up.
trash and sit on their hands. Yeah.
Eric Armstead was out there.
Um,
Chase Young was out there.
yeah.
Keenan Allen, the Jerry Sneed, all these other top players. And no,
New England didn't do
Patriots slash my mom makes the excuse she doesn't know what they're gonna do. No, there's no excuses. This has got to stop. I don't care if they draft a quarterback at number 3. I'm done. They need to fix the O-line or they will be at the same position they were with Mac Jones.
Yeah.
So good luck with your mediocre offense next year.
Yeah. Let's move on to the MLB regular
Oh,
season.
oh, that's right.
We
Go Red Sox.
Yeah,
Opening day.
we got the opening day for the MLB season this Thursday, where my Baltimore Orioles and Corbin Burns will take on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I'm betting on my Orioles to have another 101 win season.
They did have a good season.
I'm betting
They
on
were
them.
close.
I'm betting on them to have a good year, but I think your Red Sox might do okay.
But I was surprised last year that the Diamondbacks went all the way. They just couldn't finish it.
Yeah, the Texas
No
Rangers.
one expected.
The Texas Rangers to do anything.
Get that out of here.
Who's winning this year?
This year.
It's easy to say the either the LA Dodgers or the Houston Astros or heck even the Texas Rangers to go back to back. I can see that going. What do you say we move on to our Boston Celtics clinching the number 1 seed in
yes.
the NBA? Hey?
Celtics, first team to clinch the playoff spot.
They do get
and
that.
the conference.
They
So
do-
they get the bye.
Yeah, they do get the bye because of the play-in tournament.
They've already got Z.
Yeah, they've already clinched like the number 1 seed in the NBA. But I'm betting on the Nuggets and Celtics
Go Nuggets, go. Go Nuggets, go.
to be in the NBA Finals. I would love nothing more than for the Boston Celtics to beat the Nuggets in the finals. But only time will tell. Only time will tell.
All right.
But I think we covered all of
Yeah,
it.
there's no more free agent signing. Oh, one more signing. The Dallas Cowboys, who are fast
Sleeping.
asleep in free agency,
Yeah.
signed one player, Eric
Hendricks.
Yep.
The old Viking.
Yep.
But besides that, the Cowboys are fast asleep.
And don't get me started on the NHL season for my Pittsburgh Penguins. So it's a little rough right now with 30 wins and 30 losses and 12 games remaining.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs, but let's not worry about that. But I think your Bruins are doing
they're gonna go again.
pretty dang good. But other than that, I think we've covered all of it.
All right. Should we do a wrap up?
So, this has been Kenny Abeda and Aiden.
This has been Aiden of Boston.
Yep.
And that is all we got time for, folks.
And this has been JTS Hot Off the Press.